I've been waiting so goddamn long to play this goddamn game again for so long, right? Starship Troopers Extermination was a game I loved to play on my PC before all the updates and etc. couldn't let me run the game anymore properly, and I had to wait for a potential console release. And guess what? Once I heard that there was one, I had to go ahead and mark it down on my calendar because I wanted another chance to play and fight against the bugs again. Now, I know what you guys may be thinking. Don't we already have a game where we drop in and kill bugs? Yeah. Yes, it's Helldivers, but I play these two games for two different reasons. I play Helldivers 2 for the continuously changing map with constant updates to its real-time war against two enemies, as well as the fucking armaments and all the different weapons and everything I could use, and all the crazy ass ways I can go ahead and destroy my enemies in glorious Super Earth fashion. When it comes to Starship Troopers, I played for the intensity of being overwhelmed, building a base, and holding out as long as possible, watching the piling of bodies as we decimate horde after horde, wondering which one will finally break through our walls and fuck us up. It gets fucking crazy, man. It gets fucking crazy. If it makes you guys feel any better, let's do a comparison. When it comes to the troopers from the Starship Troopers, and Helldivers. Helldivers are like Spartan 2s or 3s to them, right? The troopers are basically like the Thief troopers to the Helldivers, right? They're just regular guys, right? They're regular guys that can just have some decent armaments, but they're not as specially trained, or quote unquote trained, and equipped like the Helldivers, right? So one game has you play as a special forces soldier in a special smaller team, while the other has you play as a regular Joe Schmo working together with your company to fend off big advances from their enemy forces, aka the bugs, right? So that's my whole perspective on these two games. Yeah, but both these games have similar themes, yeah, but the levels of cinema vary between the two. Like, you can't be a one-man army like you can in Helldivers 2 and Starship Troopers, but you can work together with multiple players and even NPCs to get the fucking mission done. In Helldivers 2, you can't build bases or work together with multiple players. Well, I'm talking about like more than just your average squad number, right? With a variety of classes, but you can call down ordnance and make up for it, along with special weapons and all types of perks that you can use as well due to your special position as a Helldiver, right? Both games are fucking fire. Like let it be known that I fuck with both. So let's talk about gameplay for Starship Troopers Extermination, all right? Let's finally get there. So essentially, you are a trooper who will go on missions via multiplayer or single player, which surprised the fuck out of me that we got a single player. Single player doesn't really have much to it. It's just you're helping Johnny Rico, being a special squad he assigned to do special stuff. That's literally about it. And both multiplayer and single player are just you fighting bugs and completing missions. There are 4 modes with different difficulties, but all these missions can have modifiers that can really make things fun, or just straight down shitter fucking hell, right? It can be both. Honestly, it can be both fun and fucking hell at the same time. But goddamn, is it more hell more often than it is just fun, cool little modifiers, right? We have advanced and secure, where you fight towards the main objective, build a base to house a drill to drop a bomb or whatever into the tunnels, or go ahead and scan them or whatever, and then you extract, right? Then there's horde mode. Fucking 10 rounds, self-explanatory. Arc missions are probably like the longest running game mode that you can have here, where you go ahead and you're building a base, you're going ahead and getting resources to build the base, and then you got to go ahead, go around the map, get some drills going, defend them, take the resources back to the base. Sometimes these drills can be fucking far away or close as hell, right? It really depends, and it's never in the same place like every game, right? It's never like that. And like the bugs, like depending on the modifiers and the difficulty, it can be really fucking tricky to go ahead and get back to home base with your shit and build up the base, because you can really get fucked up in this game mode. And like, you can, like, there's been moments where I would join one and we would already lose, because it's just that fucking insane, right? It gets batshit fucking insane when people aren't on their P's and Q's and they get fucked up and we all lose and everyone just dies and we fail the mission. It's fucking crazy. And then there is Hive Hunt, where you and three other troopers will go ahead into the tunnels to destroy a hive. And there are like, company missions as well, where you can create your own company, your own basically like your own clan and stuff. And people can join, and you can go ahead and buy contracts to, go ahead and play on the new planets that will later on be available to the general populace without going ahead and using contracts, because they have their own galactic warfront, which is pretty cool. Is it as extensive and crazy as Helldivers? No, it's not. But it is pretty interesting. The Galactic Front, which is basically just an overall mission by command, for everyone, just to take over this new planet for resources and so on and so forth. And honestly, it's interesting, but I hardly play it because I honestly don't give a shit. I don't really have a care or need. Like, uh, there's no there's no downside to not playing it, right? To not going through with it. Like Helldivers 2, like, oh damn, we will lose this planet, or we'll go ahead and lose like this whole new weapon or whatever. There's nothing really like that here. It's whatever. It's one of its like downsides that I don't really care about it. I just play the game, right? I just play the game. There is customization where you can customize your trooper, your gear, and when you level them up, you can add attachments and a whole bunch of goodies and stuff too, right? Weapons and all the good things, right? Sorry, I'm just went past it because there's just so much fucking customization. You can go ahead and customize your gun, different like decals and stuff like that, attachments, customize your trooper, go ahead and customize like what type of loadout you want it to have, different weapons and so on. It's pretty interesting, especially with the different classes. Like there's 6. Guardian and Demolition are heavy classes. Sniper and Ranger are for assault, and Engineer and Medic are for support. And each has their own special abilities and weapons, which is honestly pretty fucking cool. I'm glad this has stayed throughout the entire game, because we definitely do need more support classes. We need more people who are really into support, because I would join games and there will be no healers. I'm like, oh, we're fucked. We're fucked. And I'm more partial towards Guardian, but I will go ahead and play Medic, because not a lot of people will play Medic, and people will go ahead and like they will voice act and do all this and that. They would scream out Medic, and I'm just like, oh man. And I'm trying to heal everybody while trying to live my fucking self and not die, and it gets fucking crazy, right? So honestly, like as a PSA, like a whole announcement, please, for the love of God, play Medic, level that up first, and then when shit hits the fan, when you want to go ahead and play Medic, you have everything all said and done. You have all your weapons like already upgraded and stuff. Just please, we need more medics out there, because it'll make the whole experience, the whole game, that much more easier. Also, when it comes to the game, are the graphics pretty? Like, sometimes, but when shit hits the fan and the frames are going, and things are happening, like, things can look pretty fucking rough. There will be some glitches here and there, but doesn't matter when you're killing bugs. No, like you're killing bugs while experiencing bugs, right? That's really how it is in this game sometimes. And honestly, I'm honestly just really impressed with how like all the bodies are like kept up on the map. They pile up, they will pile up and everything. It's fucking impressive, right? Does the game have its own issues? Yes, the bugs have bugs, right? It has its own jank to it. Like recently I've been playing, and when we're trying to defend against a horde and they never come, and then when the mission is finally done and we had got to extract, that's when they spawn in, and it's been an issue, right? There's respawn issues, there's server issues, lag, disconnection. Some utility are borderline useless, like the medic gun, especially when there's lag and a bunch of crazy shit going on. But like it's just shit like that, right? It's not incredibly bad. Like it happens. You're like, oh, okay, whatever. But it still kind of sucks, right? Like I've even had a glitch. Like some glitches are actually pretty fun. I've had a glitch where I was just basically immortal, right? I was immortal for a game, and then I was just getting bounced around by tigers, just getting shit on. But I wasn't dying. I was just shooting back and slightly just using them to like take me to places. It was kind of funny, right? But I don't think there are any game breaking like glitches or anything. none that I know of, right? The only thing I know is that sometimes you will just get kicked from the server, and that's really about it, right? You can go ahead and play with a bunch of people. It's overall pretty fun, but sometimes when people aren't paying attention, they like everybody would get shut on, and periodically, you know, I will go ahead and have games like that where everyone is like just on their own, and they just systematically get shit on, and it's just wow. Okay, all right, now we're gonna get to base building. Like, you know, the building phase is where you go ahead and build with tons of other people your base to help survive, right? Yeah, you know, sometimes that just doesn't fucking work out because some people are just outright dumbasses that can't build. They're selfish as hell, and they make just things fucking worse and make the base just get fucked over in the end, right? But there will be games of people who actually do know what the fuck to do. They will go ahead and build a base that's actually pretty fucking good, pretty proper, pretty stable. And, you know, sometimes they may not be able to defend it well because you actually can repair the walls and stuff from being damaged and put them back up and everything. But look, it's not an incredibly crazy experience sometimes because, you know, some glitches may not have them spawn or anything, and maybe the difficulty may be too easy. But when it's on hard mode, like, you know, tiger ambush, tiger fucking tiger patrols and shit like that, shit hits the fan fucking hard, like fucking crazy hard, and your base may not fucking survive, and like everyone's scrambling to just repair everything while the timer is going down, and you still got to build shit. And like just building the shit, and actually like you got to place like the ghost building there first, and then you got to build it. It gets so stressful. Like it gets so stressful. It gets crazy, man. I love the building parts of the game, and it allows like a variety of different ways of how to enjoy the game, which is pretty good. It's pretty good. Now, I will say this, like, do I like this game over Helldivers? No, I feel like this game and Helldivers have a lot in common. They all together have a vision itself of like, you know, just defending Earth and so on and so forth. I do like the overall like togetherness and, you know, how more stable Helldivers 2 is compared to Starship Troopers. But I will say that I definitely do feel like Starship Troopers will go ahead and get more stable and get more funding, and they will go ahead and, you know, get up to that level. At least I hope so, right? I just don't want them to just live in that sort of jank, glitchy mess, right? That sometimes it can be, right? Helldivers can do a lot with what it can do with its property because it's their property. Arrowhead has created this whole IP and everything. They can do whatever they want, right? But unfortunately for Starship Troopers Extermination, it doesn't have the luxury of that, of being too creative, because, you know, it's already an established IP, and they can't really do too much. They have to do stuff that's okay in universe. So that's the one thing that I feel like may hold Starship Troopers back a little bit. But as long as I get my fucking mechs and shit like that, I'm fine. I just want to go ahead and beat the fuck out of bugs, honestly. Now, I will say both games can really learn from each other here. Like, I'd love for Helldivers 2 to incorporate more NPCs like the Siege Soldiers to help fight back against the bugs, right? Like taking back a like not even just bugs, right? Just like the fucking automatons as well. Like coming up towards a base that's being sieged. And you got to help like the Siege Soldiers, and if all of them die, then, you know, the whole mission is lost essentially. Like it can be like a side mission, or it can be like an actual main mission. It doesn't really matter to me. But it would be cool if it was like a side mission and you gradually see like Siege Soldiers fighting back against bugs or automatons, making their last stand, and you show up like fucking General Brosh in that fucking animation and just helping them out. That would be incredibly sick, honestly. While I think Starship Troopers could learn to use more ordnance and strikes, and maybe drop some special weapons here and there too, both aspects can enhance the gameplay of each other's games. I definitely do think Starship Troopers is a great alternative to Helldivers 2 and vice versa. Do I want animosity between the two fan bases? No, that's fucking stupid. We should all be focusing on helping Earth, whether super or not, fight against the bugs, no matter the universe, right? And with that being said, you know, play Starship Troopers Extermination is actually pretty fucking good. I do recommend it, and I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. Solid game that you can play with the buddies and wreck shit together. And yeah, honestly, it's just a great game. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, stay safe, healthy mentally, emotionally, and physically, and see you guys later. Peace.